I'm gonna go away for a minute. Oh, Mayor's, if you would, when you come in, would you please sign in the chat your name and your municipality? That would be great. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, hello to our clerk. Clerk Amen.
Hello, how are you?
I am well, thank you. Thank you for being here tonight.
Uh, Thank you very much for the invitation.
Yes, I'm so glad you responded so quickly. We appreciate that. I appreciate that. That went a long way. Just waiting for a few more people to come on in. We have 8. All right. Oh, goodness. How do I make this go away?
Mayor Crossland is here.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mayor, I've missed seeing you. I haven't seen you at Vigilante.
Oh, you need to come. You need to come out more often.
I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you.
And guess who else is here?
Who?
Oh, Mayor Jordan.
Uh-oh.
Hey, how's everybody?
Ooh.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Hey, everybody is great because you are here.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell him that.
I said it's going to be a great meeting. When I heard he was going to be here, I'm telling you, I smiled all weekend long. I said, I can't wait until Monday.
You know, when I heard Mayor Crossland was going to be on the call, I had to call in just to make sure things didn't get out of hand.
That's right.
Well, I'm gonna turn off my camera and finish my dinner.
Oh, good. We didn't want to see you anyway.
Oh man.
Mayors, if you would please sign in the chat. Mayor Crossland and Mayor Jordan, please sign in the chat. Chair Wheatley, hello. Please sign in the chat so we can get account for your attendance this evening. It is 7:09. We will start at 7:10. We do have quorum. Hello, Mayor Robinson.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Everyone has they are munching. Everybody's hungry tonight.
It's dinner time.
I know.
Have we started yet?
Some people you just
Just asking.
some mayors. It is 7:10 p.m. and I'd like to call our meeting of the Maryland Black Mayors to order. It is Monday. It is Monday right before Thanksgiving. Yay! We only have 2 more days to work before we chill and have that wonderful meal with our families, or, you know, by ourselves and enjoy our peaceful Thanksgiving. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to leave anybody out that's going to enjoy their Thanksgiving alone, right, Mayor Jordan? Don't feel bad about eating alone on Thanksgiving.
Oh, that was low.
Asshole. Hey, I'm open for invitations, you know. Don't eat much.
I'm sure that's right.
All right. Well, tonight we're going to start with our guest and then we'll go into our business. But welcome everybody for being here tonight. I'm glad to see different individuals, and that's because it may be because we're going to have some wonderful guests tonight, and especially because we're going to have our beautiful clerk of our circuit court here, but also it could be because it's on a Monday night as opposed to our usual Wednesday night. I know that that's a problem for Mayor Jordan, so I appreciate you coming tonight. So I want to introduce, we all know our clerk of the circuit court, Mahasen El Amin. She is our clerk of the circuit court for Prince George's County, and she has been with us for quite some time, and she is always on the go. She is very supportive. I think she has sworn all of us in. Anytime there is something going on in our municipality, she makes sure she swoops in and she's there. And sometimes when we see what she does, we don't quite know exactly what she does, the depth of what she does. And I thought it was very important for her to come to us to explain what she does on a day-to-day basis, why she was hired, why we selected her, so that we're able to spread that information and we're able to direct individuals to her, and we're able to share that load because she carries a heavy load. And I don't think we know really that load that she carries, and we want to be able to support her. So I yield the floor to you,
Yep.
our clerk, Amen. And tell us, you know, when I spoke to you when you first came in, I said, hello, our clerk, Amen. But tell us how you really address the clerk of the circuit court.
Well, good evening, and thank you to Mayor Gant and all the wonderful mayors who are on this call. It's really good to see everyone's faces and names, so it's an honor to be here to kind of tell you guys high level of all of the things that we do in the office. And so, yes, I am the clerk of the circuit court, and I'm Clerk Mahasen, Clerk El Amin, the honorable, since I am elected, you know, but I know that it's my name's a mouthful, but yes, it is. My name is Mahasen El Amin. It is an Arabic name. It means, oh, how beautiful and trustworthy. So it's you know, my parents, you know, for some reason gave me this name and I incorporated it and I love it. And so it's just, it's something that I live by. And I know it's like I my entire life when I see you guys, it's something that has happened, you know, when we're in grade school and they, you know, they're calling Nicole and Amy and Joseph and they get to my name. They're like, what? I'm like, Mahasen? They're like, yeah. So that is me. So I was told that I have about 10 minutes to kind of give you guys an overview of what I do. And I know I want to be respectful of your time. And so everyone can finish their dinners and snacks and you can get down to business. So is 10 minutes what I'm looking at?
10 minutes, and then we're going to kind of ask you some questions. And
Okay.
so it might go over just a little bit. And you go ahead,
Okay.
because you're our invited guest. It may take a little bit longer than 10 minutes.
Okay.
We want to get into it.
Okay, that's no problem. So as everyone knows, I travel this wonderful county administering the oath of office to all those who have been elected via municipalities and all the folks who have been elected in the county for countywide positions. I also administer the oath to those who have been appointed by the county executive. and to serve on commissions and boards by the governor. We also administer the oath of office to all of our public safety. So that's your firefighters, correctional officers, sheriffs, police officers. I just actually had a graduation last week of correctional officers. Their classes get bigger and bigger, which is awesome. I like to say that we are the heartbeat of the courthouse, the clerk's office. When the clerk's office doesn't function, neither does the courthouse. And because we are the administrative arm, a case will start in our office and it finishes in our office. I have a staff of about 203 positions. We are the second largest jurisdiction to Baltimore City. We're in all the jurisdictions, all the different counties in Baltimore City. We are constitutional officers. So our positions are elected and state funded. So a lot of people say, oh, I have a traffic case, I'm coming to see you. And I'm just like, well, if it's traffic, that's district court. That's a separate court. Do you have the district court, which is the lowest level non-jury trials. Cases start there. Criminal cases are indicted there and they come up to our office. We have the circuit court, that is us, and we are the only elected clerks. The next level is we have the the appellate court of Maryland, and then the Supreme Court, which is our highest court. So we operate on about a $20 million budget. We'll see what happens with this next fiscal year, considering that it's all been said that we have no money. So I'm assuming our budget will be cut like most. We are in right now 4 buildings in Upper Marlboro, within the courthouse campus. Okay, I'm hearing some feedback. Is someone not muted by chance? I'm sorry. Okay, good. Okay, thank you so much. And so we have, in addition to swearing in, starting cases, I do marriage licenses, business licenses. Sometimes your cities or towns will get notices from my office, especially during our business license renewal season, which happens around April-ish. We start issuing those renewals. So if your towns or cities have holds on your business license, those folks cannot get renewed. And we make sure that everyone's fees are cleared before we can issue those new licenses. We also record all of the land records that come through our county. They have to pay all the fees and recordation fees that are in the county treasury before they come to my office. So those deeds are recorded. Let's see here. What else do I do? We are responsible for jury duty. So we are actually starting something where all those folks who have been ignoring our jury notices for the last 3 notices, some folks will be getting show cause orders, which says you have to come to the courthouse and come before a judge and show them why you did not come to court 3 times. So you might get some residents who are starting to see those come through the mail. I just got notice about that recently. We also do passport. We are a passport acceptance agency. So if you're getting a new passport, you can come to our office instead of going to the post office. We don't do renewals, just the passports, new passports. I think I already said marriage licenses, and we are the justice of the peace. So you can have one of your cheapest weddings at our courthouse. And I love to do the ceremonies, but most of the time I do have staff who do it. But if anyone wants to come, they can come and, just let me know, and I will be honored to perform ceremonies. And I do travel, by the way. So if it works with the schedule, I do. It's an honor to actually perform ceremonies for my friends. Let's see here. Some of the other things we do, like I said, we process all the cases that start in the circuit court. We are busy courthouse and with over 200,000 new filings each year. So one of the highlights that I was able to achieve in my tenure thus far after COVID was to go from paper filing to online case management. We were the 23rd jurisdiction to go. Baltimore City went live earlier this year. So it's official. Maryland is now in the 21st century where you can have online case management. It is a big deal when my staff walks into the office and they do not see files sky high on their desk. On the same breath, people don't sleep. So they file cases at all hours of the night, including on Christmas Day. So we are constantly busy. Our busiest offices, if you're to be in all honesty, are domestic cases with your protective orders, name changes, adoptions, guardianships. That is over 60% of the case filings that come through the courthouse. Most cases don't go to trial, but for some reason, when you're trying to end a marriage, fight over property and children, they like to go to trial. So that is one of the most litigious, contentious types of cases. We also do child support. And one of the things that people get confused about is if you file through the Office of Child Support Enforcement, they will represent you, or basically they'll represent the interests of the state and there's no cost associated. But if you file directly with the courthouse, there is a fee to file. And let's see here. Oh, we also do the notaries. We for all of those folks who are wanted to be a notary, especially during COVID. Most recently, I think it was in 2022 or 2023. Now folks are now required to take a class in order to become a notary. That actually has dropped our notary numbers way down because now folks have to go to school. And it definitely has limited the amount of people that come through our office. One of the things I do want to talk about is something that has been in the news lately and really a sticking point for a lot of folks is kind of like fraudulent deeds, fraudulent land transactions, where now that everything is remote, well, a lot of things are remote, I should say, and there's remote notaries and things like that. Folks are getting their property taken away from them. As the clerk, if the elements are met on a filing for a land transaction or a deed, we have to accept it. We don't say which one is fraudulent or anything like that. So what the judiciary is working on, and I was just on a meeting about this last week, is a system where folks can sign up, and if they have property, they can get alerts if there's a transaction that transpires on that property. It is currently, they're in the early development of this kind of like, they're trying to figure out what kind of name to call it because they don't want to say fraud alert or things like that, but they just want to make sure that the public has an ability to make sure that their property is safe. Because I'm telling you, they're fraudulent title companies that are out here, fraudulent notaries, and folks this has happened in some of the more remote counties. We haven't seen it in Prince George's County, to my knowledge, and my staff would tell me, but it is starting to be an issue in Maryland. So those are kind of some of the high level things that I do. It's something that I've enjoyed since, say, I was elected in 2018, so I'm on my second term. I forgot to tell you, yeah, I'm a lawyer by trade. I did primarily family law, estate planning. And I went to University of Baltimore. I am homegrown, went to Suitland High School, go Rams. And I went to University of Florida, got my undergrad in public relations before I came back home to go to law school. So I've been around for a minute. It's really nice to be in the courthouse where I grew up, and my staff, they're amazing. They allow me to do all that I do throughout the community. And including crisscross the county, just being a part of of a county that I love, a community that raised me. So with that, I hope I gave you a little bit of kind of like what I do. If you have any questions, I look forward to answering them.
Perfect, perfect. Before I ask the questions, are there any questions that you have? Okay, let me ask mine. So, how many are on your staff?
So right now, like I said, I have about 203 positions. So staff wise, I think I'm currently at like 100, like a little less than maybe 190. So we staff everyone from the land records to the jury office to the folks when you go in the courtroom who, swear everybody in and keep track of the records in the courtroom.
And what is I want to say your toughest challenge, or what's the about your job, the toughest?
Well,
because there's a tough day
mhm,
about your job, but the challenge
mhm.
with your job.
So I can honestly say that my like I said, my staff is incredible, but
Mhm.
managing 200 plus people, that the
Mhm.
HR component is a lot. That I do have an administrative staff that helps me with that. But I like to run my office. It's a familial office, like they spend way too
Mhm.
much time in the courthouse, away from their families, not making the money that they deserve, considering we are state funded, but we do have great benefits and great
Mhm.
fringe benefits. But, it's where I want people to be in an environment that they feel comfortable being in, and trying to navigate all of that with the conditions of still being, an employer is a little, is tough. And then, the community, we are the face of the courthouse. It's not likely you're going to go and be able to walk up to, a judge's chambers and have a conversation with a judge about your case.
Right.
Like we are customer service, we are customer facing. We very few of my staff can work from home because everyone's coming to the courthouse to do their business. And
Right.
because, their business is important to them, whether it's a protective order or whether it's a name change or adoption. And lawyers are expensive, and the law is very complicated, and we cannot give legal advice. We can't. I mean, we know process, we know, what typically happens in the courthouse, but that's not our job. So trying to make sure that we give everyone exceptional and efficient customer service, giving their legal matter basically, or their business, and still trying to execute what we're there for. I mean, it can be tough. It is that personal interaction with the customers is also a difficult excuse me, component, because my staff is seeing it. I don't see it because I'm not on the floor every day.
Right.
They're the ones there, and it can be very challenging. But like I said, they are incredible. They are amazing.
So with that statement, you said that several times, and I wish they were here to hear that, because you really feel it. So from that, you feel that you or your department, you're effective in what you do.
Well, that is my goal, and my goal is to be effective.
Because you do a lot.
Yes.
I mean, it's a wide range.
Yes, it is, and they are they when I came into the office.
If I had an armor bearer, I would get you some.
Thank you.
Get you some water. I would
You're
do
fine.
the bag to get them to get you
No,
something to drink. But
no, I appreciate it. No, it is, it's like I said, it has its challenges, and I am definitely always open to feedback. I have an open door policy, and I know that people gave a lot to me, and my goal is to give a lot to my team. And so I know, especially now, people aren't staying in positions for long periods of time, you know?
Mhm.
And so it's important that I lead by example and I encourage people to be better than they were when they walked in the door. So I am blessed, or we are blessed, that we're supported by the Maryland Judiciary as a whole,
Mhm.
known as the Administrative Office of the Courts. So we
Mm.
have constant constant trainings that are available. We do tuition reimbursements,
Mm.
which is awesome. Just like I said, we also have great benefits. And one of the things that I saw when I came in was that I wanted to make sure that the office looked like our community, and that there were people in supervisory roles that looked like our community, including our male. We didn't have a lot of male leadership, and I mean, because we're administrative, so that's something that people don't really think about,
Right.
and my chief deputy, Gary Mobley, many of you guys know him. He's been there like all of my life, basically. He started when he was 17, and now he's the chief deputy, and people look up to him. And he started in the file room, and
Mm.
I say, look, he started in the file room, and now he basically runs the office. I can't take credit for it, because he's like my second, right, third, and like every other extremity, he is that to me. And I want people to know that I'm not going to be there for forever. Gary's not going to be there for forever. And I want them to be better than they were last year, the year before, and just sky's the limit kind of deal. Sorry, I
That's
ramble.
that's wonderful and important. That's really good. I know
Mhm.
Mayor Jordan is itching. I saw him take himself
Yeah.
off of mute. I mean, I know him. Man, do I know him. But wait a minute, Mayor Jordan. I would just have one quick question. This is only going to take you 2 seconds. Um, who is your mentor? You clearly you mentor many. Who is your mentor, or who was your mentor?
I mean, there are several
Just
mentors.
name,
Yeah.
just
So
name.
so we so like Justice Michelle Houghton, she was the first Black justice for the Supreme Court, and she served at every level of the judiciary. We have Arthur Horn, and Judge Alexander Williams, Mike Miller. I mean, it's just,
Oh,
and I
okay,
can't talk about my dad, my mom, but yeah.
okay. All right. Thank you. Now I'm going to let Mayor Jordan go before I don't know what he's going to do,
Hey,
but go
thank you
ahead.
so much, Mayor Gant. Wow, Madam Clerk, the scope of your responsibilities really is very, very broad. So I just had a couple of questions. I was curious. You mentioned land records. So do you oversee the SStat system, or the county component of SStat?
No. So basically, there's like, first you go to the county because you have to pay all your taxes and some recordation things. And then it comes to my office. And my office, they are the ones who index it. They put it in where you get your book and page number. And then that is sent up to Annapolis. And they're the ones that control the SDAT. So it's a three-step process, before it gets into the cloud for all to
Okay.
view.
Yeah, I was just curious about that.
Mhm.
Sometimes, if you want to change a deed or change the name of a street or something like that, it's so complicated. So another question has to do with the Board of Elections. Do you interface, or do you have some responsibilities with the way the elections are run?
Nope. The only thing I do is swear in the board canvas, the board who actually sits, and the canvassers, and then I wait for their certification after the election. So that is ran on the county side.
Okay.
But there are some clerks, not in Maryland, but just in general around the United States, that is one of their functions. But I'm very happy that's not one of mine.
Yeah, with our municipal clerks, they work with our local boards of
Mhm.
elections to run our elections. So,
Yes.
and finally, just one more question. So, district court, and I think a lot of my fellow mayors can empathize with this. Occasionally, one of our residents will get a chip on their shoulder, and they'll sue us for this or for that. And a lot of those cases are thrown out because there's no merit to them. But there's there's a blotch on our permanent blotch on our records. And I'm just wondering how expungement, how
Mhm.
if somebody sues me, and we've got people, lawyers, these folks that are lawyers, just they know how to file a suit. Doesn't cost them anything to do it. But I'm wondering how does that work? And when someone sues us for something ridiculous and it gets thrown
Yeah.
out, is there some way to get it off of our permanent records?
So in civil cases, no. Civil cases, anyone can sue you for whatever may be. You might be
And they
able to,
do.
yeah, because I get sued all the time as well. And so you can get things shielded, request that things get shielded, but it really has to be like more like a privacy, and that's going to be up to the judge's determination if it qualifies. But yeah, when you case search, when you case search your name and it's on the civil component, then that it's pretty much there for everybody to see. But it doesn't have the same effect as a criminal case, which the criminal case, those are the ones that can actually impact all of your, background checks and things like that. But if you're getting, I mean, one of the unfortunate things about being in the public spotlight is that people like to come after us for some odd reason. And so unfortunately, it's just one of those things that kind of it's one of the downsides of being in public office.
Okay. Hey,
We're the
thank you for
punching
your
bag.
service.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for being with us tonight.
Tell us.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else?
Yes, I have a question, Mayor Gant.
Mhm.
Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too, Mayor.
So my question to you is, you talked about a lot of fraud when it comes to deeds,
Mhm.
titles. So do you get your heads up from the Attorney General's office, or in your office, you see these alerts and then you go after them to shield
Yeah.
the residents?
So usually, we'll get, like I said, we haven't gotten one in our office, but normally it would be like one of my colleagues who say, "Hey, we had this issue, showed us a red flag," and so we reached out to the AAG. And it might be something and I say AAG, our Assistant Attorney General, where something is missing and they're like insistent on us filing it in a certain way. And we're just like, well, you're missing the components. And that's when we normally go through our AAG to say, hey, this is what's going on. We have a question about this. Should we do it? Should we not? And so the unfortunate thing is usually when someone has been a victim of fraud, like most, we don't find out until after the fact. And then you have to go through the litigation process to get it all cleared up, all said and done. So the last couple of years, what I've been telling our community is go on SSTAT or Maryland Land Rec and just do a check, just kind of like you check your credit. Just do a document search just to kind of see what's going on with your properties, just to be on the safe side. And then I'm a firm believer of making sure that you have all your estate planning paperwork in order. That's one of the things I love about our Register of Wills, Sarita Lee, is that she has done a great job getting out in the community and just emphasizing the importance of making sure that you have your durable power of attorneys, you have your wills, and you understand the difference between, a trust and, either a living will, revocable trust, all the different complicated matters. And, yeah, it's one of those unfortunate things, just like when someone, takes your credit, you don't know until you know, until something happens.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you for your question.
Mayor Washington?
Hey, good evening, everyone. I don't have a question for you, Madam Clerk, my friend. I just wanted to say that yes, you do a lot. You swore me in as mayor twice, and you also conducted my marriage ceremony, and I thank you for that. So good to see you. And my wife says hello also.
Oh, please tell her I said hello. It was a pleasure. I kind of crashed that one, but
It's all good. It turned out to be a good ceremony.
it was great though. No, it's one of the many privileges that I have as serving as the clerk, is conducting ceremonies of my friends, which is, it's actually really difficult because, you know, you don't want to screw up.
I hope you did just
Absolutely.
fine, and we're appreciative of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Oh, Mayor Robinson, go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to say, I'm just glad to see her here. I'm just glad to be her friend also. But I also have to say, because she was a diva in that Dancing with the Stars, I gotta put it out there. I got to put it
Did I
out
miss
there. She
that?
was
I'm going to go back to it.
Dancing with the Stars. She was a diva. I'm telling you, I kept abreast of what was going
Oh.
on.
When?
So back in October, I participated in a fundraiser for our Family Justice Center Foundation. Yeah, not the real Dancing with. This is a local Dancing with the Stars, where they paired us with professional dancers, and I danced the mambo with Pedro.
Oh.
And there were seven star dancers, and I
Do
happened.
that.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of hard work. I had a lot of ibuprofen that I had to pop
Yeah.
because my partner is 26 years old and I'm several decades older than he is. And yeah, so we won all 3 categories. So it was a clean sweep, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh man.
Congratulations. She
That's
looked beautiful.
awesome.
She looked beautiful. She looked like she could have been
Yes.
on real
Yes.
Dancing with the Stars. Okay.
Yes,
So
she
I
is
just want
beautiful.
to bring that
I want
out.
the video.
Thank you.
know.
I want
Yeah.
the video.
I have my amateur videos posted on my social media pages. But yeah, if you send me a text, I'll send you what I have. I'm trying to stalk the videographer to get the professional video.
Well, Honorable El Ayman, I hope you feel appreciated, because we definitely appreciate you. And we're so very thankful and grateful that you showed up tonight. And we appreciate you even more just finding out about all of the work that you do and your office does, and the appreciation that you have for those who work for you. So thank you. So now we can carry you a bit more.
Well, I thank you. And like I said, I do appreciate this opportunity to speak with everyone tonight. I do really enjoy coming around and seeing you guys. You guys keep us busy with, the 3 or 4 swearing-ins in one day. And so I'm sorry, I can't teleport myself to all the different swearing-ins. But it has been a true and is a true honor to work with everybody. And whatever we can do here in the clerk's office, let us know if you have any questions. I think mostly everyone has my information, but feel free to reach out. Whatever we can do, I'm all for it. We do have internships available in the summertime, as long as we have the money to do it. So they're paid internships. They pay decent money. One of my current interns, he just told us that he's going to be working with the General Assembly this next go around. So I'm super excited about that. And I want to wish everyone a marvelous and a great Thanksgiving and a wonderful, wonderful Christmas and a blessed New Year, and happy Kwanzaa too. And all that.
So
Thank you.
are there any mayors on here that you do not know?
I think I know everybody. Maybe not Mayor Dillon, because Mayor Dillon is from the Lower Eastern Shore, I see.
Mayor Dillon?
Cindy Dillon, I don't know. I see Cindy Dillon.
Oh,
Lower
no,
Eastern. Okay.
Miss Dillon is
Okay.
she's one of our presenters tonight. So you don't know her as a mayor. No, we have former Mayor Washington, then we have Mayor Robinson, we have Mayor Casanias from Colmar Manor, we have Mayor Miller, from District Heights, Mayor Jordan from Greenbelt, Mayor Kachina Cross from Glenarden. We have Mayor Katina Dudrow from New Katina. Did I say Katina?
Yeah, it's okay. Katrina.
Katrina from Dudrow from New Carrollton. We have Mayor Stewart from Fairmount Heights. And did I miss anyone?
Airporters
Mayor Casey from Cheverly, and Mayor Troy Lilly, from Forest Heights. We have Chair Wanda Wheatley from Cottage City, Mayor Crossland from Hyattsville. Do I have everyone?
Mayor Porter.
There you go.
Mayor Porter.
Oh, Mayor Porter from Seat Pleasant.
Yep.
And then myself from Edmonton. So everyone showed up, and I believe some of them showed up just for you.
Oh, well, no, I appreciate, like I said, I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see everybody in person, out, as I call, out in these streets.
Out in the street.
And please let me know if you guys have any events and things like that. You know, I love to always show up and support, you know, because like I said, this is a large, small county, but it is big because of everyone's personalities and commitment to us being the best Prince George's that we can be. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Take
for coming.
care.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
evening.
Have a good one.
This is supposed to, wait, reaction. Is it clapping the hand? Did I clap hands? I was
Yes.
supposed to do
Something.
it.
I
Did it
saw
clap
the
hands?
icon. It was
You
there.
saw it? I was trying to be cool.
I like what she said about no lack of personalities.
All right, Mayor Dillon. Mayor Dillon and Mayor Ainsworth.
I didn't know we were going to get a promotion tonight. This is very exciting. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your patience and waiting it out. We greatly appreciate it. Cindy Dillon and Ms. Ainsworth are here. They're going to do a presentation on the bottle bill. And so you can come on, just jump right on in and get started and give us some information here. We're all eager, and I think we want to join you on your I guess, quest for this bottle bill.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate this opportunity. And I have just arrived at my daughter's house fairly recently for the Thanksgiving holiday. And Martha Ainsworth is on the line with us, and she's going to do most of the presentation. I'll just be here to help out as needed. Martha?
Okay, well, yeah. Can you all hear me?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm Martha Ainsworth, and I see I've got a lot of fellow Prince Georgians here. I'm a native of Bowie. Grew up there, so and I recognize several of you. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
So, what we're talking about tonight, the Maryland Bottle Bill, it's about something you deal with all the time, every one of you: litter, trash, and recycling. This bill addresses the problem of beverage containers in all those dimensions. You may not know this, but there are 5.5 billion beverages in those sealed containers sold in Maryland every year. 5.5 billion. Only about a quarter of them are being captured for recycling. So more than 4 billion containers a year from Maryland are going into the environment in the landfill or as litter, or they're being incinerated. And this is a huge waste of resources. It's bad for the environment. It's bad for the health of animals and people. I think you've probably heard a lot about the dangers of plastic pollution. A very high proportion of those beverage containers are plastic. I've got a PowerPoint presentation here I'd like to share. Oops. Let's see if I'm okay. It looks like I can share. Now let's see if I can get this in presentation mode. Good. So I guess the mayor of District Heights is here today. This is the District Heights cleanup from 2024.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah. The blue bags are beverage containers. The black bags are trash. There's like about the same number. This is beverage containers are a very high proportion of litter. Now, this was not primarily from the litter from the river, but let me look. This is mostly on land. But let me just show you. This is a trash trap in the Anacostia River. This event was sponsored by the Anacostia Watershed Society. We took everything from the trap, sorted it, and those 12 bags are all beverage containers, most of them plastic bottles. only 2 bags of other trash and about a half a bag of styrofoam. This is a really serious problem. And honestly, you probably all have cleanups. I mean, this is just not a sustainable answer to continually cleaning up a growing number of beverage containers. So that's the problem that this bill, let me go down here. This is the solution. The Beverage Container Recycling Refund and Litter Reduction Program, also known as the Maryland Bottle Bill. And just so we're clear, it affects both bottles and cans. It's sponsored by Delegate Jen Terrassa, who's Howard County, and Senator Benjamin Brooks, who's from Baltimore County, but supported by a lot of Prince Georgians and people from all across the state. So this bill is going to be introduced in January. It's run 2 years so far. Remember, we only have 3 months each year to discuss these things, so we're only starting the 7th month in January. But this is how the program works. You put a small deposit on the price of beverages in glass, plastic, and medical containers, and you get the deposit back when you return the container for recycling. And these are a couple ways that this program is very modernized. We've learned from 10 states in the US that have had these programs for as long as 50 years on what the best practices are and what to avoid. Reverse vending machines, where you can feed your beverage containers one at a time in and get a receipt for the amount that you're owed. This is from Maine. This is a receipt I got. It's 5 cents up there is the deposit, 50 cents for 10 containers, and get it cashed in the store. They also have something called a bag drop, where you can take all your different beverage containers. You don't have to feed them in one at a time. Them all in a bag. You have your own barcode and an account. You put it in one of these hatches. 2 days later, all the refunds from your bag are attributed to your account, and you can get a receipt at a kiosk in the store and get your money back. So that's basically the idea. When you attach a value to a used container, fewer people litter them, and fewer people throw them in the trash. And the ones that are littered, people pick up for the redemption value. So this is like your gold standard policy for reducing beverage container litter all over the world. There really isn't any program that's been shown to be more effective. So we won't go into the details in bars and restaurants now, because I want to focus on how it affects you. But these are the main features of the program. It's implemented by the beverage producers. Let's be clear, no implementation or enforcement is required of municipalities or counties. All the beverage producers selling beverages in Maryland have to become a member of a beverage container stewardship organization, and that organization will implement the bill. It has enforceable targets. They have to get at least 90% of all the containers sold in Maryland back with this bill within 5 years. And we know that's doable because it's been done elsewhere in the US. Even though they're implementing it and mainly funding it, there's going to be strong oversight from the Maryland Department of Environment on setting the convenience standards for access of the public to, convenient places to get their refunds. I could go into these details and we can answer questions on these later, but basically there's a lot of oversight from MDE, but the beverage companies pay for the whole thing and pay for the oversight from MDE. So actually this program is budget neutral, which is a really strong selling point these days. And you can see here it's self-financed by registration and producer fees, sale of raw materials. Unredeemed deposits is like the 10% of containers that don't get redeemed. There's still a deposit there somewhere in an account, and those deposits can be used to also finance the system. They do not go back to the producers, the beverage producer companies. It goes into a fund to continually expand and improve the program. There are handling fees. The retailers and restaurants get a small handling fee per container to cover their cost of collection. And some of the unredeemed deposits finance a grant fund for developing refill and reuse programs. You may remember in your youth, at least in my generation, we used to pick up glass bottles and take them back to the stores and get small change for candy and stuff when we were little. And those would get sterilized and refilled and come back out. So there wasn't any single-use litter. It was all returnable. So the bill, if it was passed in 2025, it would go into effect the beginning of January 2028. And I have a couple slides here on the impact. We'll get, this is a list of all the states that already have these programs, and you can see from left to right, the ones with the highest deposit levels get the highest return rate. In fact, this was during COVID, and for 2019, before COVID, they was even higher. It's coming back. Here's Maryland, 25%. So even the poorest performing place, Massachusetts, has twice the recycling rate that we do, and probably half the litter. The other impacts, okay, let me just say on litter, this will take I said, remember, 5.5 billion containers sold in Maryland every year, only about 1.4 million, or about a quarter, are captured. 3.6 billion additional beverage containers will be removed from the environment by this bill if we reach a 90% recovery rate of the containers. And most of those are plastic bottles. These beverage containers are really high quality materials. They don't get commingled with a bunch of other stuff like they do in your recycling bin, and they can be made directly into new food grade beverage containers in a kind of closed loop recycling system. This reduces greenhouse gas emissions because we're not having to make these things out of virgin plastic or new glass and bauxite and jobs. Now you're going to have cost savings for local governments. This is of great interest to you, I think. You're going to have fewer containers in recycling and fewer of them for disposal in the landfill or incinerator, and you're going to save on tipping fees. You're also, if you have your own vehicles, you're going to save some on transportation and collection costs. And what I've done here is for 3 municipalities, we actually were able to obtain data on the total tonnage of recycling and trash, and the percentage of that from a study by Prince George's County's government, the percentage of each that are beverage containers, to figure out with the different levels of return rate for the containers, how much people would save. So here in Prince George's County, these 3 municipalities use the Brown Station Road landfill most of the time, $70 a ton tipping fee, and the recycling facility is $27 a ton. So we calculated out of their total recycling and municipal solid waste, the tonnage of beverage containers that covered by this bill. So you see here, Bowie has 2,496 tons a year. Greenbelt, 250 tons. Okay, so with the tipping fees and everything included, calculated in here, the savings for Bowie with a 90% return rate of the containers, they'd save over $100,000. Actually, if it is only 80% or 70%, it's less. Same thing here for Laurel and for Greenbelt. We have about $10,000, $9,000, $7,500. So it does save money, but you're also going to have a whole lot less litter to pick up. And you know that, of course, there's a trash total maximum daily load on the Anacostia River and on the watershed around Baltimore Harbor. There's only one other place in the United States that has one of those, and that's Los Angeles River. It's kind of sad to think that here we have the largest estuary in the country, and we have so much beverage container pollution going into it. So this is what you can do while we're here. We really value municipal letters of support for the Maryland Bottle Bill, even as individual municipalities. So important, and I'm thanking Mayor Jordan for Greenbelt's letter this year. We had letters from Mayor Baltimore, Mayor Frederick, Brentwood, College Park, Glen Echo, Greenbelt, Riverdale Park. Again, strong representation from Prince George's County. And we could use even more to the committees when it's time for a hearing, and also to your state legislators. Let me just say that the opponents of this bill, you could probably guess, the beverage companies do not want to be regulated, do not want to pay for this. So they're always against it, okay? The waste haulers, they make money off of waste. It's less waste for them. So they're usually against it too. And that's what we're fighting. But we believe that there's enough interest here in because of plastic pollution and litter and our total maximum daily load, on trash, on all these places, that with the support of municipalities and counties, we can get this through. I should mention that just this last weekend, the Baltimore Sun endorsed the bill. So that's really helpful. Now, the other thing you could do is get the Maryland Municipal League to support the bill. Now, we realize that you all have a long, long list of all the responsibilities you have as mayors for your jurisdictions. We're not saying that this has to be a major bill or your priority bill, but just having a letter saying that the MML supports the bill would be huge in terms of getting it through, as well as individual municipalities writing it. And we are working, by the way, we're talking to a lot of municipalities here. We've been doing that since the end of the last session. So that would be extremely helpful to getting the bill through. And I know that there's a legislative committee and some of you are on it. And then, of course, as an individual, this QR code is an action alert from our Sierra Club campaign. It also goes to the governor. We're not sure whether this is on the governor's radar. We're hoping that he reads the Baltimore Sun, so we'll be. But that's really the end of what we have to say. But these are all things that would be extremely helpful if you want to see that litter go away. I'm just sick and tired. You see these same people going out every year on cleanups, and it's just endless. It doesn't stop. This is the best policy to get rid of it. So Cindy, who's normally on the Eastern Shore over in Ocean Pines, and I would really be glad to provide you with more information. I'm going to stop sharing here. We have bottle bill briefing books. We gave Mayor Gant one. Whoops, you can't really see it because of the things focusing on my face, but and if you're interested in some of these calculations and you have the numbers on your tonnage of recycling or whatever, we'd be glad to try to compute that for you. But Cindy, did you have anything to add?
No, nothing to add, because I think you were very thorough. I don't know if the mayors have any questions for us that we might be able to answer. And I know that we've probably already taken up most of the time we were allotted, but we really appreciate so much getting a chance to talk to you about this and to let you know that we value very much your opinion and your support. It would mean so very much to us. So we hope that we've at least piqued your interest, and that you will let us know if you have questions, if we can help further, so that perhaps you will write a letter or help us in some way to get the MML to support us.
Thank you so much. Mayor Washington.
Hey, good evening. Mrs. Ainsworth, thank you for that wonderful presentation. My only question to you would be the bill itself, which I have not read. I know that the municipalities do get some type of return or monies for, this bill that's being presented. But is there anything in that bill that says how that money can be spent? Is it anything in there that would allow some of that money to go to the homeless problem or, shelters or things of that nature?
So I think that you're thinking of it. This bill actually is, this is the beverage container deposit program. And basically the benefits to municipalities are cost savings. There's another bill out there called the Extended Producer Responsibility for Packaging bill that you might have heard of. And that one ends up compensating you for basically subsidizing recycling. So those two bills, well, that second bill, they both are extended producer responsibility. The companies, the packaging companies are responsible, in our case, of beverage companies.
Thank you.
They go together. They complement each other. One is about stuff we know how to recycle, and it's just a matter of putting an incentive there so you can get them back. And it saves you money. And the other side, what they need to do is redesign their products to be recyclable. And there really should be penalties for those people who continue to make products that are not recyclable or reusable. And to compensate local governments. So you get them both. So both of them are important. The bill at hand is very similar to the 2024 bill. There are a couple good changes in it, but it's been pre-filed in the House, and it will also be coming out in the Senate in the very beginning of the year. And part of this briefing book has a roadmap so you can actually see what's in each section of the bill. But the pages aren't right for the new bill, so I have to give you a new one, Mayor Gant, as soon as the new bill comes out. But if
Okay.
you would like the briefing book, but they're both important. They really are good paired together, and Maryland will benefit the most from both of them being passed.
Thank you, Mrs. Ainsworth.
Thank you for the question.
All right. Any other questions?
Yes. Hand up.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Have you, this is Mayor Porter from C Pleasant. Have you got any buy-in from the LGAC or the Local Advisory Committee for the Chesapeake Bay committee that I sat on? Okay, with reference to them helping with that. That's a multi-state committee, but and most of those folks that go on that are appointed by their various governors. So I've been on that committee for quite a long time. And anything that's when you talk about plastics or anything that could be contaminant, the tributaries that go into the bay, Local Advisory Committee for the Bay is very interested in doing that, and so people would be supportive of that. Have you had any communication with the Local Advisory Committee for the Chesapeake Bay?
So you're talking about the Chesapeake Bay Commission?
Yeah, I'm talking about LGAC, the Local Advisory Committee for the, which is, yeah. Have you had any communication with them?
Well, let me just say, we would really love to talk with them. They had about 2 years ago, their meeting, I think it was in November of 2022, was about plastic pollution in the Chesapeake Bay. And they had some good presentations. We would really love it. January, they're meeting in Annapolis again. We would love to have an update on plastic pollution, but if you have any connections, I'm not really sure how we can get on their agenda. But I know that there's a new plan out about how a new plan that came out from the EPA on how to monitor plastic pollution and microplastics in the Chesapeake Bay. So it would be an opportunity to say, and look what we're trying to do to get rid of plastic beverage containers going to Chesapeake Bay. If you have any thoughts on that, we'd really like to follow up with you.
Well, I'm on that committee, so yeah. Okay, I'm one of the appointments for that for the state. So okay, they can get some information.
We'll get in touch with you right after Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
That's Mayor Porter, C Pleasant.
I've got it. Thank you.
Any other question?
First of all, I'm really sorry because my dog just saw an Amazon truck, and so now it's all over. I don't even know what to say about that. That dog loves Amazon trucks. But I was also wondering what is the best way for us to get your information without me having a pen right now? Because I would really love to have you speak with many of our municipalities have a green team. And this might be something that we could pull something together to have the green team also at all of our green teams possibly advocating as well. And I used to spend my summers in Connecticut with my aunt in Norwalk, Connecticut. And that I remember as a kid, that was one of the fun things we would do is go looking for cans so that we could try and get that money so we could go get the candy. So I am wholeheartedly, personally in favor of this, but I'd love to hear more about how you're getting the word out. Because honestly, this is the first time I've heard about it. And so I think that there's probably still a lot of our elected officials who have not heard about it. And tonnage is an issue. The amount of money we're spending is an issue. So thank you.
They can put it in the chat, or also Mayor Monica and myself, we have their email information, and we can provide it to you. We can provide the Maryland Black Mayors.
Thank you very much. I actually think that, I know I'm talking about, but I also think that this is a very important problem when in communities of color, because we exponentially end up with more of the bad effects of environmental issues than anyone else. I always tell people Black people should be at the top. Black and brown people should be at the top of that group of people fighting for the environmental justice, because it's our lakes or our streams, our water systems that this stuff is going into. Fast food restaurants and other places are mostly in our neighborhoods, and so it leads to litter. And so I really think that it would be great if we could get this on board. So thank you.
Fantastic. We have been talking to green teams. In fact, I spoke with the green team from Evanston last week. And also we've been in touch with Hyattsville, and
Salisbury and Salisbury.
Right. I haven't memorized the list, but we've been doing the rounds for the green teams, because they often, the Bowie Environmental Advisory Committee. So we're trying to get up to the level of the council and the mayors, but we always try to go through the green teams first, because they're the local advocates.
Absolutely.
They are.
Thank you.
All right. Fantastic. This went well. And I thank you for being here tonight. I thank you for your presentation and the information that you provided, which is fantastic. I think that we all share that desire to clean up our streams, and we hate it because we're out there actually doing the cleanups. Our teams are, and I do apologize for the struggle that you had in getting the link. I think that we hit some hiccups. Mayor Cassanias is always on it, and she had some issues today or this week, and but she's always on it. So I do apologize and for that, but glad that you got on. That's for sure. And we are concerned about our environment. I tell you, Prince George's County, we are on it. State of Maryland, we are on it. So thank you for what you are doing. And we will share your information to the Maryland Black Mayors. And that is across the state of Maryland. We will share it. So thank you again. And thank you for your persistence.
Sorry for bugging you so often.
Thank you. Thank you.
We really wanted to come.
I know. And you called me like in the middle of the day. I'm a property manager, but I took your call and I appreciate your persistence. So thank you for being there. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. Yes.
We appreciate it.
Yes. So have a great evening. Take care.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Mayors, thank you so much for your participation tonight with our guests. I hope you enjoyed that. We definitely got a lot out of that. We fed our souls, our minds, and everything else. And so as we move on to feed our souls and our minds, our treasurer has a report for us. And I said that our meeting was going to be short. And we are on the 8:15 hour, so we're about the regular time now. But Mayor Washington, former Mayor Washington.
Hey, good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing?
Good evening.
Great.
All right. So I got the Maryland Black Mayors Incorporated monthly financial report for reporting period of October 2024. Our beginning balance for October is $14,113.71. There were no deposits made during the month of October. However, we did have some expenditures, that being Wixcom at $45.58 and QuickBooks at $60, with a grand total of $105.58, leaving us with an ending balance of $14,000 $8.38. And that concludes my financial report for the month of October, which is all subject to audit. Are there any questions?
No questions. Well, I do have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you looking for a motion to approve your report?
I
Yes,
move
I
that we approve the financial reports for the Maryland Black Mayors October 2024, subject to audit.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion, questions? All right, hearing none. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right. The treasurer's report is approved. Thank you so much, everyone. Any report from our financial chair, our finance chair?
No, I'm just glad that everything is just working so smoothly.
Yes, indeed.
So, and I do want to put out there that we do have to make sure that everyone is paid, their dues are paid for this upcoming election.
Yes, and we did discuss
So we
that.
need that list to make sure that everybody is paid up and who can vote. So
Did you want to go back over that, former Mayor Washington?
Yes, ma'am. So hopefully within the next week, 7 to 10 business days, I will go back through all of our TD Bank statements. As you all know, there was a transition. I had to, get a few things from Mayor Mounier, and also just kind of make a detailed list of everyone who has made a payment. I should have that done within the next 7 to 10 business days and be able to provide you with an accurate list of paid and unpaid memberships.
And also what's important is, in order to vote, you have to be a paying member. So if you know that you paid your 2024 dues, please email, I would say, please email our finance. Should we email the finance chair or yourself, Mayor Washington?
Just send the email to me. And that email I'll put in the chat. Yeah, send it to me. And
send it to
what I'll
you
do
directly.
is, right, and I can I'll have that list to compare to what I've had on deposits at the bank.
Okay, so email Mayor Washington, and then also CC myself, because you need to CC someone, or you can, email Mayor Washington and CC myself that you paid your dues. And that way he can double check that he received your check. Because in order to vote, you have to pay have paid your dues. And also, in order for us to pay for your meal at our annual meeting that we will talk about shortly, you have to have had your dues paid as well. Okay? So make sure you get that email in, and Mayor Washington, make sure you put your email address in there. And that's for all of us.
And that email is in the chat. And please CC Mayor Gant on that, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. And you're just CCing me so we can have two eyes on it, I don't know if you should have my eyes. You probably should have Mayor Robinson's eyes. She's
not mine, baby. You want my eyes.
or Mayor Kasania's.
Yeah, Mayor Kasania's.
But okay, thank you for that, everyone. Mayor Kasanias, do you have anything for the meeting? Any reports?
Not at the moment, but I do owe you minutes. I'm
Oh,
looking at
mhm,
I'm looking at Mayor Robinson and I'm looking at Mayor Gant. I do owe you
mhm.
minutes. I'll be
Okay.
getting those minutes.
Okay, all right. Just send them to us and we'll approve it. We can approve it in December. Vice President Miller, you have anything for the body?
No, at this time, if you want me to chime in after you talk about the holiday meeting.
Okay, all right. And so we'll move on.
Can I
So,
say one more thing before
yes,
we go
ma'am.
into the holiday?
Uh-huh.
I just wanted everybody, the town of Brentwood lost one of their residents on Saturday evening. They had a house fire over here on Webster Street, and he died in the fire. And he died in the fire, and he was a hoarder. Okay, so I just want to put it out there. We send our condolences to the town of Brentwood on their loss of their citizens, but they've had quite a trial trying to get something done for this hoarder.
Mhm.
And sometimes hoarders, and most of the time, they have some mental disablement that gets them into that. But I think we need to I think they would try to abate this for a long time. I think the EMS was in it and the Office of Aging. So I just want everybody to think about that. And I know sometimes you have those things, we have those things in our municipalities too. You have people that do different things. So we just want to reach out to the town of Brentwood on their loss, and then also to watch out for our areas and the people that we need to help and need to serve in these circumstances. It's hard. It's a difficult, and we can't question nobody's mentality or anything like that. It is what it is. And I understand that this man would let nobody in his house. Okay, he would not. And so it's sad, but he is gone, and you can still see remnants of the hoarding. Even if it's all the fire, you can go past that house and it's nothing but, in the windows, is nothing but stacked up stuff, just stuff. And the fire people couldn't get in there because of the stuff. You couldn't get in there, period. So it was just, and this hoarding situation had been on for a long period of time. So I just want to put it on your minds to think about your communities and who we're dealing with, and with the different minds about different residents, and see how much more we can help them, and how much more the county, because they reached out to the county a lot, and it wasn't enough. Okay, so he just wouldn't allow them to come in. So I just want to put that there, and it's a hard time when you lose somebody, especially around the holidays, around the holidays. It just gets bad. But we did have a meeting today with Ms. Green talking about Bunker Hill Fire Department. We did get some things addressed because of our volunteers that I think we had a good meeting. Thank you, Mayor Jordan, for giving me that information I requested. But we still got to work on this fire department. We got to do something.
All right.
But I just want everybody to be aware. This is Christmas time. This is the time that fires happen, that things happen.
It is.
And we can't drop this ball, man. You cannot drop this ball. It's really, really serious. And I'm really, really hurting about it too, because
I agree.
We are all in danger. We are all in danger.
I can't make no sense out of it, but you're right. I'm with you on that. I just didn't want to go into another.
Yeah, but I just want everybody to put it on that, man. First of the year, we need to be adamant about being back on this thing.
I'm right with you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm with you. I just want to say, with the hoarders are a protected class, and it's like you just can't go in, and you can't put a hoarder out. They're a protected class, and it's so difficult. The only thing you could do is get someone who can gently relate to people or talk to people, and get them, or get the person to make a path at the front door, a path at the window. So if something were to happen, the fire department can get in the door and can get in the window, because a hoarder is not going to stop hoarding, but at least you can prepare for an emergency. So if you have someone with a personality that can talk to someone, talk to them. If they have a path, if you can talk them into keeping a path at the front door, that you can open the door a certain width, and you can keep them from blocking that window, because the windows should not be blocked, then that's the best you can do for them, for a hoarder.
Mayor Gant.
That's what I've learned as a property manager. Yes, sir.
Hey, look, 30 seconds. I just want to, for the mayors that are on here, unfortunately, this is just something that was, told to me. Mayor Rocio Tremino Lopez got slammed for whatever took place in Brentwood with that particular property. And basically, residents were, assuming that the mayor had some control over the fire department staffing and things of that nature. I just want to, say to the mayors, let folks know. Don't be afraid to let them know. Most of our municipalities don't even have zoning authority, let alone control over a fire department. And it just they need to be educated on that, because unfortunately, people are just under that assumption that, oh, well, Mayor Jordan, the Greenbow Fire Department, he ruined the staffing. That's not, he doesn't have any control over the Greenbow Fire Department, nor do you, Mayor Gant, and the rest of you. So just whatever you can do to educate your community on, hey, listen, we don't control the volunteer fire department, nor do we control the Prince George's County paid fire department. But just wanted to put that out there, because it's a shame that mayors get slammed for something that, and Chief Green, wonderful person. I volunteered with her 22 years ago when she was a volunteer firefighter. However, we don't control that. That's all I got. Thank you.
I will say this too, just to go along with that. I am directing our staff for the January newsletter. We are making a chart for what we can control. Who is called who's in charge of
what?
So that we can say the county's in charge of this, this is in charge of this, and so that, and it's going to be a one pager, hopefully, that people can tear out and stick up on their fridge. Because we in New Carrollton, we also have a lot of schools, and people keep asking us the questions about the schools, and I'm like, I can't do anything about that. The schools, and we need to educate people. There are a lot of assumptions that take place of things, especially in our county, because of the way our municipalities are shaped up, with the county having so much authority over so many things. So that was one of the things I was going to have in that chart. Who's in charge of zoning?
Yeah. That's good. That's good. But we're always
Thank you, Mayor
blamed. We're always going to get blamed. Doesn't even matter. You can have that.
That's true. You're right.
But those things are good. That knowledge is important. It helps them to be able to know who to call and a pinpoint person. But you're going to get blamed for everything, because you're the head. But thank you so much for that input, all of you. And our hearts definitely go out to Brentwood, and just a loss like that is just so horrific. So moving on to our annual meeting and our holiday party. Our annual meeting, in just a few, we're going to open up our nominations, and we have a nominations committee. Our nominations committee consists of myself, Mayor Robinson, and Mayor Goodall. We just have 2 additional committee members, which is Mayor Can and Mayor Sidnor. Mayor Can and Mayor Sidnor will accept the nominations. An email will go out, and the reasoning for that is for transparency, because Mayor Robinson and myself are currently on the board, and we do not want to accept the nominations directly. So Mayor Sidnor and Mayor Can will present the slate to the board of directors as it is supposed to go. So we did that so that we can be clear and transparent. So there will be no questions about legitimacy. We will use election runner as we did last year, and the successors will be announced at our annual meeting in December. Our December meeting and our holiday will be held at Colmar Manors Town Hall. Yay, for free, yay. And our caterer will be Between the Bread, and that is Tony Roy. A few of us have tasted Between the Bread, and quite a few of us have enjoyed her food, and she is doing what she calls turnkey. It is from the beginning, meaning appetizer, charcuterie board, to the end. Now we do have to help with cleanup, but meaning tablecloths, centerpieces, silverware, plates, everything till the end. She has salmon, chicken, vegetables, the whole thing. And it's very good. The cost is $45 a plate. And for the first, the request was for $40 a plate, and that's what she's preparing for. Of course, they always do more, more or less, more, absolutely. We do have some sponsors thus far. We have Red Speed, InStyle, and what's the other one, Miss? Oh, Shipley and Horn, possibly, yeah. L.A. Perez, Shipley and Horn. Well, we'll see what L.A. Perez does. But he's almost sure, right, Mary?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, once we provide the information to them, they will decide on the amounts.
Okay. And so we're looking good thus far. The board agreed to send her the deposit of $1,000. She's asking for a $1,000 deposit, and that's so she can go ahead and start purchasing the food.
So Mayor, while you're doing that, can I just make a comment?
Yeah.
So these sponsors are from our PGCMA legislative meet and greet or our breakfast meeting. And so they wanted to continue to support us. So that's why they're doing the sponsorship for the Maryland Black Mayors, because they want to continue that support with us. So that's how we ended up with the same folks.
Yep. And I also spoke with Mayor Jordan, and Mayor Jordan is also going to try to reach out to Verizon, I believe he said, and maybe another sponsor.
Actually, Comcast.
Comcast, yep. And he'll reach out to some other sponsors. So if they want to attend, we'll put them on flyers or give them an opportunity to either speak or have a table set up. We'll give them something when they get there. So our theme is 1970s, 1980s. What did I say? Parachute pants. Wait, no, I said it is what's the shoulders?
Padded
shoulders.
Padded shoulders, bell bottoms.
Thank you, Mary. Padded shoulders,
silk shirts.
bottoms, parachute pants, and
dashiki.
Dashiki, yeah, and furs.
Yeah, parachute pants and bell bottoms, padded shoulders, and polka dot.
I don't know anything about any of that stuff.
And
mini skirts.
Mini skirts. Is it mini skirts? 70s and boots. Yeah. Yes. And workout pants and leg warmers. Yes. And Cyndi Lauper. Yes. And we're also going to have the best decorated table. will get a prize, right, Mayor Casanias? The best decorated 70s or 80s table gets a prize. So that way we're pushing individuals to purchase tables or to bring your Green Belt group or your Laurel group or your Bowie group or your District Heights group and decorate a table. You will get a bottle of white wine or red wine or both. And you also win a prize if your table is voted as the best table, decorated table. And then we'll also have a best dressed male and female. We are going to have Superfly there. Is that correct, Mayor? Shaft.
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 Shaft is
Oh, okay.
yes.
Bad mother, shut your mouth.
Yes, Shaft is going to be there. I'm not sure what Mayor Porter is going to be, but hopefully Porter.
It could be Huggy Lowdown.
Huggy Lowdown.
When is this?
This is the 12th of December.
What time is this?
7.
I sent everyone a save the date.
Oh, you did?
So what time
Is it
is it? I know, what time is it?
Is it 7 o'clock?
I don't know. I gotta.
Well, you
no,
said you
actually, I think we said
said,
6.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll have a DJ. So that's the deal. That's the deal.
So how much is this gonna cost us?
So if she does for the 40, it's 1,800 for the 40, plus our DJ would be about 300 or so. So we're looking at 2,300 just about. So far, with 1,200 with sponsorship, or possibly 1,400, 1,500 thus far with sponsorship. This could cost us 1,500, but we could get sponsorship to cover almost the whole thing. Maybe it'll be $1,000 for us.
Well,
Maybe
that'd be good. $45 per person is expensive. We must be going out in the white tablecloth somewhere, something like that. We're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff.
We are. She's doing desserts. She's doing our appetizers. She's doing our beverages. She's doing the main meal. She's doing everything.
What type of beverages you talk about? Let's get back to that.
Oh no, this is bring your own bottle.
Okay.
Bring your own bottle. We are providing the wine for each table. We're providing a bottle of wine for each table. She's not. We are providing a bottle of wine for each table. But she's providing lemonade. I sent you the picture of her beverages. I sent you the picture of her charcuterie board and her, her display. Her displays of fruit and all of that good stuff. Her meal is seafood and chicken and vegetables, and it's really good. Mayor Crossland, are you still here?
No.
Okay, he's here.
No.
here.
Who else? Mayor Crossland?
I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and also Mayor Jordan. You remember our legislative dinner we had last year? And Mayor Dudrow, you remember, right?
Yeah. She was great.
Yeah, it's that spread.
Okay.
It was I remember the salmon, and then it was like a chicken.
It's like a Caribbean kind of.
Yeah, chicken. It wasn't real hard, or real. It wasn't a harsh taste or anything. It was really good. It was like 3 meats, right?
I thought it was.
I can't remember everything that she had, but it was a pretty decent spread.
Yeah, and the desserts were delicious. We had about 4 desserts or so.
Yes.
Desserts were delicious. Yeah. Well, we had those desserts last year, right, Mayor Robinson?
Yes, but she was there for the desserts. Yeah, she provided our desserts last year.
So, all right. So I think we'll have a good time, and hopefully we'll have some members that'll go ahead and pay their membership then. And go ahead and do the nominations, put your nominations in for the board. And as I mentioned, I totally enjoyed the board this year, and I encourage you to continue on. It was a pleasure working with all of you. This is like one of the most effective boards that I have served with. So I encourage you, please, to continue on. So thank you. We have Mayor Casañas is going to just kind of jot up some things that we have accomplished in the past year and maybe a couple of years, even with Mayor Robinson, that we have accomplished. And I don't think we're just here. I think we're here and we're doing some things. So let's just continue what we're doing, the good work. Tonight even proved it. So that's all I have. Is there anything else for the good of the order? Or any questions concerning our annual meeting?
Oh, so are we gonna have a flyer for all of us?
Yes. Oh, did you see what Mayor Casañas, oh yeah, you were in the other meeting, right? She's working on that. She said, I'm working on it right now.
Right, I couldn't see it though, but
Oh yeah, you couldn't see it. Yeah, she'll have it.
okay.
And
let me share this and
she
let me
was
know what you
off
think.
she was off her little thing. That's why I was so worried, because usually she responds right away.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho. She was off of it a little bit. Now we need some more
I found this one and I
disco
thought
ball. I
so
like the disco ball.
yeah.
And
I
we
had,
need a little bit
I
more.
don't know about ho.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go. There
Let-
you go.
let me say-
There it is right there. Oh, did I get excited?
Let me say I got rid of all my Superfly clothes. Now
No, you did.
Come in with something else.
No, I think we can find something. No, that was good big like that.
a big.
That was good big like that. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so then
know
I'll make
Mayor
it.
Crossan. I know Mayor Crossan got some bell bottoms in his
I'm
closet.
telling you.
Oh no, I burned those.
Oh,
No,
I
you
thought
didn't.
it's the
Mayor-
dashiki. He's got the dashiki in his closet.
There you go. That's it right there.
Man,
Now put that
and
other one
Mayor
up
Jordan,
like
I
that.
know Mayor Jordan finna break out.
He's
You
got
just
I
don't
know
know.
that
You
brother
don't know
finna
the half
break
of
out.
it.
Put that somewhere. Gotta have that boom box there.
Oh.
I don't know what that number 12 is doing.
December
The
12th.
December
December
12th.
12th.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
So are you okay with this?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I
Looks
like
good.
that. Mhm.
Yeah.
Just don't have the
Yeah, 12
time
next to her. Put the 12 next to her.
and the
Maybe
12
location.
up there by her.
And you gotta
I'm
pay the
just-
location and the time.
Location.
I'm just gonna get rid of the
You can,
Christmas tree.
that bottom left, Mayor Casanas, you can put the location and the time. Or maybe not.
Right there. Yeah, move the 12 up next to her and then
Yeah.
put the location and time at the bottom. Like, yeah.
Right.
But you working it. You working it. See, I told y'all. She on it. She's on it.
If
That's
we
right.
want to
Teamwork make
bring-
the dream work.
Mhm.
If we want to bring a guest or one of our bestie or
Oh,
something,
yeah.
what are we doing with that?
You know, well, how much is it? You said the price.
It was
How much is it?
$20.
She said it at $20.
$20.
$20.
Now what's
So
happening now about this $20? What happened?
So anyone outside of us, outside of Maryland Black Mayors, is $20. And that is because we are working towards our Maryland Municipal League Conference in Ocean City, our silent party.
I was talking to Mayor Gann about that. I think for delegates and senators, we ought to charge them more, $50, $60 if you're a senator.
Wow, was it you I was talking to that said that?
What's the cost for the table?
County council, 100.
What's the
Oh, yeah,
cost for
you
the
know what?
table? If you purchase a table?
That's a good
will we-
question, Megan.
Oh
The
wow.
cost for the table.
'Cause
How many
people
fit at your table,
sit
Mayor?
at the table?
Is it 8 at a table?
Usually it is,
I
but
think it's about 8 or whatever. So if you look at that, I mean, I think $100 per table is fine.
oh no, that's not enough.
That's
Yeah,
That's
not.
not enough?
No,
that's
that's
real
fine.
low ball.
No, we don't want to overdo it, right?
So if we have 6 to 8 people at a table, and that's $20 per person, that's $160 for 8
All right, let's make it look presentable. 150 for the table.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Mayor Miller,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mayor
agree.
Stewart,
150.
I think that's
150 per
fair.
table.
150.
That's
We have to
fair.
raise some money.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
150 is fair. Yeah.
But when are we gonna
And-
when are we gonna have people RSVP? Because once we get up to 100 people coming, we need to let the caterer know she's gonna need at least a week.
Right.
So if
Oh,
it's
we're-
$50 a table, how many people sitting at the table?
6 to 8,
6
Mayor.
to 8.
That's a lot of people at the table.
Well,
You
nobody's
break
gonna
that down
sit
to
at
you
one
break that
time.
down to $150 divided by 8.
It's about $20 per person. Less.
A little bit less, but yeah.
But you got to consider also this is BYOB and they get to decorate that table,
Right.
or BYOL and they decorate that table.
So how are we doing the payment? Through a link or
Zelle.
or
We
Zelle.
can do it through Zelle.
Okay, so are we gonna put that on the flyer?
We're gonna have the QR code. on
We
the
can
flyer.
put the
Oh.
QR code, Mayor Casanas, if you could put that QR code when Mayor
I'll
Gant sends it to you on the flyer.
Yeah, we-
So you might
You gotta have
you
a
may have to
Yeah, what I would recommend,
time.
this is just the invite and it's for promo.
Right.
I think that what I would do is I would create maybe like a Google form
A link.
as the registration. And in the registration, we can include the link for people to make payment.
Okay. Are you,
sounds
do you, can you put the time on there so we have an idea? Because that's not missing. Maybe you're gonna put it in
And,
that's
and we
not right.
don't have Maryland Black mayors on there either.
Oh, that's
And-
a good point.
Yeah.
And then as far as the things that are gonna happen, like the dressing table and so forth, that's just a formality we're doing. But you know you gotta have a 50-50 at a party like this. So we're gonna run somebody with that 50-50 tickets being sold.
Well, you gotta have somebody who's gonna walk around with the 50-50 tickets.
I
All
don't have
right.
I walk
That's
around
one
with
of
the
us.
50-50
Yeah.
tickets.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that ain't no,
You can do
yeah,
that.
I got that.
Okay, so then if we're allowing people to decorate their tables, how much advance time will they have to come in and do that?
Mm.
Yeah, because the caterer is gonna be running around there too. So it would have to be some kind of a contest that everybody could start at one time. So like you could start decorating your table and you have 30 minutes starting now.
I would just say like by 8 p.m. your table needs to be up and ready to be judged.
Yeah. She'll probably Comore Manor. They'll probably let them in whenever.
You mean like the night before?
No.
I mean, sure, if you want to come the night before.
If they
and
want to be
uh-uh.
extravagant,
Right.
decorated for 4 hours, let them do it.
Have you seen Mayor Stewart? She brings it.
Oh,
I have a number one hitter on my team, y'all. So y'all might not
Oh.
want to compete with me on this one.
See,
Oh.
if she wants to
Tell
do
you,
that,
man,
let her
Fairmont
do
Heights
it.
always got it coming at you.
I'm going to put her on notice right now. What's the date? December 12th?
Yep.
Yep,
Who are the-
I'll put her on
who-
notice.
PM to 10 PM.
Who are the judges gonna be? And
Oh, yeah.
We
And
go.
then
We'll get there. We'll get there. Let
Okay,
it
Yeah,
go.
but
and
we
then-
But
need to
thank you. That's
it's
a
not
good
the
one.
way.
out.
what's the number of we have the capacity for the number of tables you can actually have? Did you give
Have you
that?
been to Comore Manor?
I've been there.
Mayor Casanas, what's the capacity according to the fire marshal for that particular room?
Oh
150.
Lord, he had to go to.
What is it?
170? I'm just saying
150.
150. All right, 150. Y'all hear that? Not 150, 150.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So where you
So,
gonna
hey,
put
Mayor
Maryland Block?
Jordan, you know your Radio Raheem outfit. That's 151.
Uh-oh.
150.
151.
151.
All right.
So what does decorating mean?
Basically,
said
you make your you make basically you making your table the
she's
bomb
gonna do,
diggity.
but she's gonna do the tablecloths. Okay, she's doing
She's gonna do the
tablecloths
tablecloths, but you decorate your table, Mayor Robinson.
So
this is inspired by Chevrolet. So I know that Mayor Muniene is on here, and I went to their party. I forgot what it was, but they like each I guess different groups or neighbors decorated their tables, but they go crazy. They really go out there. Like it's not just cute little decorations. Like they build stuff on top of the table.
so everybody has to get a table? Is that
Yeah.
what we're getting at now?
No.
Oh, okay. Because
Only
I'm
those
saying if
who
it's
want
4
to.
people at a table and it's
Only
up,
if they want to.
But
Okay.
they did that based on a theme. So is there a theme or just but wow, do whatever you're gonna do. Huh?
70s and 80s.
So that's the theme. You're following that theme. Okay.
I would say we even make it the holidays of the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that kid who did remember when Pizza Hut was doing the thing with the 12 days of Thanksgiving? And then it was like flaming turkey wings. Yeah, never mind. Sorry. It was a funny Thanksgiving when like everybody being tired of eating turkey, but yeah.
Okay, well, I gotta get off because I gotta work on some other stuff.
Okay, well, she's not here. The
Well,
president.
here I am. I'm here. I slid over. Huh?
Yeah, I'm
Okay, y'all.
so
All
I'll
right.
just get
So we good.
okay.
All right. This was good. This is good. This is motivating. So we know
So
where
we just have to make sure she put the mayor.
Yeah,
The
the
Maryland
Maryland Black
Mayors.
Mayors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So we will check in. The exec committee will meet, we'll check in, and we will update everybody, let you know where we are on this. And thank you. Thank you for all your input. Thank you for your time tonight for this very short meeting. I'm sorry I misled you. But thank you. Appreciate you all.
Wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes, everybody have a blessed Thanksgiving.
You too.
If you have nothing else for the good of the order, I'll accept a motion to adjourn. But everybody really be blessed, be safe, and enjoy your time with your family and friends, or even yourself, Mayor Jordan.
I second that.
That's cold. That's still cold.
All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right.
All right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thanksgiving.
Call somebody. Make sure they're not by themselves.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Call
nice.
me. Call me. All right.
Are they in the meeting? Mayor Dojo?